Girls, it's not the chocolate that's making you gain fat. And it's certainly not your roast dinner that's making you gain weight. It's not the odd hobnob. You can make your favourite foods part of your plan.
Technically, what she's saying is not wrong. You can stay in a calorie deficit and still have things like chocolate and roast dinners. However, the likelihood that you cannot remain in a calorie deficit is because of these foods, especially if you're having them on a regular basis. And I think it's even harder for females because for female calorie requirements is typically lower than a guy's. So you do not have as much wiggle room to remain in that deficit, and that goes even harder if you are suffering with things like menopause and PCOS, because again, it is going to make fat loss a little bit more tricky. Being able to balance highly processed foods such as chocolate and that roast dinner that was on display alongside nutritionally dense food is what is going to help you in the long term lose fat. I don't think this is exactly the right way to go about it, and I think there needs to be definitely a little bit more nuance towards it, because I can guarantee when you're stressed, what are you going to have? Chocolate, wine, takeaways, you name it. That is going to be the go-to for managing stress. And if you're always stressed, then you're going to be eating that all the time. I don't think this is the clear and obvious message that this video is meant to cut out to be. And I do think that if you do want to be able to enjoy these things, then you kind of have to go on what I like to call an 80-20% diet. 80% of the time is nutritionally dense meals. It's towards your calories and your meal plan and your proteins, etc. And then you have that 20% which is off plan, which is your takeaways, your alcohol, your nights out, your chocolate. I like to call it the DBAC method. Don't be a cunt. If you don't be a cunt about it, you will get long-term results. But to say that this is not what's causing you to gain fat is a lie, because we know that it is.